ultimate access with the ultimate insider. Money, power, and the secret lives of the super rich.
Right now, it's Miami. We have Versace's house for sale for $100 million. I might speak to Jill 25 times in the day, but my phone calls may be literally a sentence.
We have the power of two.
It's trading information all the time, all the time, all the time.
Every day is pressure. We have the best properties. We really, I think, control the luxury inventory. Buyers who are out there see that. This is absolutely spectacular. Port Tahiti Beach is magnificent. It's in a private, guard-gated community. Private beach. You walk into a 35-foot ceiling in the foyer.
The people that we've spent the last couple days with, originally he was from South Africa and then moved to Canada.
The Miami market is scorching hot right now, more than $500 million in sales last year. That's twice the year before. And mostly it's foreigners looking for a safe place to put their money and a great place to party.
Now you just entered the master suite, and as soon as you walk in here, you get that view of the bay.
You have to see the terrace here. This is what living in Miami is all about.
Oh, you're way up on the perch and you can see everything.
And the kids would love it here. The kids and the doggy, right?
I think anyone.
I know.
So this is a different style than the house you just saw.
182 Bal Bay is a little closer into the city. It's more in Miami Beach.
The property has 200 feet of water. The house itself is about 12,000 square feet.
Wow, that's impressive.
Beautiful and open.
Beautiful, huh? You know, we're in, just so you get the location, we're in Bal Harbour.
Jill and Jill met more than 20 years ago. They were working together in a real estate office, and they turned to each other and said, hey, let's go into business. So they sealed it with a handshake, which to this day is still the only agreement that they have.
The master suite is amazing because you've got his and her sides. Her bathroom is amazing. Come and check it out.
Oh, wow. Oh, yummy.
It is.
Yummy.
That's exactly it, Kathy. It feels like a spa. I mean, it's very clean and white, and the crystal in the glass. There's Swarovski crystal on all the handles in here.
See the master closet.
This is
Phenomenal, huh?
I love this.
And you've got all the cabinet
I love this.
space that you need here.
So this room, from the moment you enter, it feels really so nice.
Yeah.
And then look at your view.
Oh, wow, that is terrific.
That is amazing.
Last year, the Jills closed the most expensive home ever sold in Miami. It was $47 million. And over the past 8 years, they've done $2 billion in sales. Some of the biggest money in real estate is now going to Miami. The Jills have the exclusive listing on the Versace mansion. Get this, it's over 20,000 square feet, 10 bedrooms, and the pool is lined with 24-karat gold. And if the Jills can sell it, they will set an all-time new record in Miami. Mega yachts are the ultimate luxury. We're talking the 1% of the 1%. It's the most exclusive club even within the billionaires. Details about these super yachts are closely guarded, top secret, but we got inside one of the world's top makers of mega yachts. It's a family-owned company called Fedship. This is a place that's known only among the super rich. It's a little town just outside Amsterdam in the Netherlands. This is hallowed ground for the world's top yacht owners.
My great-grandfather had a small shipyard in the village, about half a mile from here. He started in 1906. Oh, if you have $500 million, you can comfortably buy a Fedship. If you're a bureaucrat, and maybe very rich, you're not the type of person who owns a private yacht. The typical owner of a private yacht is an entrepreneur.
Having that Fedship name on a yacht is like having a Rolls-Royce hood ornament on a car. They are behind some of the world's most talked about super yachts. Fedship built the yacht for Steve Jobs' gorgeous futuristic boat called Venus, and they built Larry Ellison's latest yacht called Musashi. So Musashi was named after a famous Japanese samurai. It's more than 250 feet long. That's nearly the size of a football field. It is one of the most beautiful, elegant boats ever built. Now, as yachts have gotten bigger, have you had to expand your largest shed here in the yard?
Twice.
Twice? In the past, how many years?
10 years ago. The second was we had to lengthen the shed another 10 meters.
Wow. And this is all because boats have gotten bigger, haven't they?
All the time.
There's been a revolution in the mega yacht world, and that's because the average size of mega yachts has more than doubled in the last 10 years. With mega yachts today, size matters. The project that we got to see was codenamed Kiwi. It's more than 150 feet long. They were already a year into construction, but a year from completion. The Project Kiwi is going to cost more than $40 million, but most of that is man hours. We're talking 700 man hours or more just to build this boat, and that's 2/3 of the cost.
It's like building a house with its own power plant, its own farm, its own 5-star hotel, its own 3-star Michelin restaurant with backup. And then on top of that, you generate your own power, your own electricity, you clean your own air, you make your own water. And on top of that, it has to move and it has to stay upright in a storm.
What do you refer to this boat as?
Well, it's interesting. We use the code names to keep the client anonymous. And if you want to know which country this client is from, the code name of this project is Kiwi.
Okay, little hint there.
Yeah, a little hint there. Very experienced yachtsman. He's built numerous boats. What I'm quite often surprised by is the level of entrepreneurship in our clients. There is a certain drive, and it makes sense because you have to be, let's say, arrogant enough to say, no, I want to create something that doesn't exist. And that sort of attitude is what you need to step in and create one of these things. Once you build one of these things, you contract for 3 years happiness or 3 years grief. And grief is no fun if you talk about a pleasure boat. I started with the family business 25 years ago, and when I started, the typical Fedship customer was an American in his 60s. Fast forward today, the age is considerably younger. We have numerous clients in their 40s, a lot in their 50s. Russia is an important market for us. The Far East is opening up. Europe has always been relevant, and we are doing some business in Central America.
And of course, some of the Russians like the glass to be bomb-proof, right? No?
I mean, that's bullshit because your shell goes right through the aluminum.
Oh.
So then I have to put Kevlar in the aluminum. We have done that.
You have done
and
that?
We can. But if you're that afraid of being outside, maybe you shouldn't buy a yacht and stay in a bunker.
So the yacht owners are intimately involved in every step of the building process. They love to visit these yachts during construction. Sometimes once a month they'll go visit a yacht, and they have all these little rituals along the way that they perform as the yacht is getting built.
Typically people put a lucky coin, or sometimes a Bible, or sometimes a picture of their kids in the keel of the boat for good luck. And then we weld it shut and it stays there forever.
So underneath this boat, way down deep in the hull, is a coin or a Bible or something?
In this particular case, it's a beautiful, specially minted gold coin for this project.
Okay, so let's say you've spent $40 or $60 million on a yacht. That's just the beginning. So you've got docking fees, which can be $300 to $400 per day. You've got insurance, which could be up to $1 million a year. And you've got food, beverage, flowers. That's between $1 and $3 million a year. Then you've got fuel, so that's $4 or $5 per gallon. It's diesel fuel. Some of these boats have tanks that are 100,000 gallons or more. So that's $500,000 just to fill the tank. And then you've got the biggest cost, which is crew. They like to be paid in euros because that's a stable currency. We're talking around $100,000 per year per crew member. If you have a crew of around 20 people or more, that's more than $2 million per year. Add that all up and you get more than $5 million a year. Now keep in mind, most yacht owners are only on their boats 2 or 3 weeks a year. That's why there's this old joke in the yachting business that the greatest 2 days in a yacht owner's life are the day they get their boat and the day they sell it.
Here's the super yacht C2. At 257 feet and built in 2009, she's owned by Ronald Perelman, a U.S. billionaire and philanthropist with net worth over $14 billion and having donated over $200 million in 2013 alone. He's most well known for his investment holdings in companies like Revlon Group, so you ladies remember next time you're putting on that lipstick and makeup, this is the guy who brought it to you. Other holdings include AM General, known for the Hummer and the military Humvee. Looks like Ronald has done pretty well for himself. And moving on, we see the brand new yacht Venus. At exactly 82 meters, she's the direct brainchild of Mr. Steve Jobs himself. Jointly designed with Philip Stark, the yacht elegantly boasts pure simplicity, in line with Steve's desire to design private and quiet places that provided the zen-like atmosphere that he preferred. Steve was quoted as saying once, "I've tried to be inspired by the Asian idea that emptiness is more important than fullness," hence the famous transparent cherry design back in 1998 called the Marie, that he believed to be an almost perfect object, just as his idea to bring Venus to life as the elegance of minimal. Unfortunately, Steve passed away before ever getting to see his masterpiece come to life, but the family brought the project to completion, and now Venus roams the Earth in Steve's memory with a fixed crew of 22 on board.